Finally, all the formats are lining up. You guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button, and our enchanted double deck box is up if you are interested in walking away one of these. I made these super cheap, super affordable, and I really do hope that you guys enjoy. This is one of my favorite products we've had the chance to make, so I'll leave a link down below. Oh boy, Master Duel. Holy crap, man. They dropped a bombshell on the community right now. And the biggest request is the removal of Appaloosa. Appaloosa is officially banned across all three of the formats. About time, Konami. Now, in regards to the alternate art Appaloosa, they released a interesting little thing that said they're going to be giving you an exchange ticket for this. And basically you'll be able to exchange it for basically another alt art of some kind based on my understanding. So, interesting enough, the fact that Master Duel puts such a major emphasis on alt arts and things like that, it is definitely nice and refreshing to see that they are going to take care of the people that wanted this. But Appaloosa, this card has been a problem for a while. I would not be surprised to see Konami come back and errata this card at a later point in its life and make it once per turn per chain, that you would be able to use the negate on this. I think that would be a much better, well-tuned thing, because people love this card. They love the alt art. It's very, very overtuned and kind of good. Now, Ouroboros, about goddamn time. This card was wreaking havoc. Well, the fact that the TCG had to emergency ban this last week is hilarious, man. Like, they actually, because this card with Eclipse Twins is able to rip 2 cards out of your opponent's hand, it basically creates a very unfun game state. And with those interactions, it's not good progression for the game. You know, they have to actually monitor and watch what's going on. So I think that this is a wonderful addition and a nice counterbalance to things, because this card is just too much of a problem across the field with everything. And oh boy, anti-scam fragrance now going to 0. This is the first format that we're actually losing anti-spell fragrance into ban status, while the TCG and the OCG still both have this card at 1. I think this is fine, honestly, because, you know, you're not losing too much craziness with this. I think the best thing that you're going to have to deal with is you're losing a floodgate. You know, this is a 1 out of 1 format. 1 out of 1 formats have a lot more problems than you're going to see in a lot of the standard Yu-Gi-Oh games, because, you know, this is a card I would only really want to side unless I've got some sort of way to turbo this card out and be able to, you know, use it. And unfortunately, that doesn't really exist. And they're banning the artifact lock. First of all, how is the OCG the only one that still has Mjolnir at 3? I guess because the OCG did kind of the exact opposite. They just swung really long into destroying the K9 package. K9 has not landed yet in Master Duel. I have seen, you know, the presence and the idea of being able to use the punk cards has been a discussion for this, but I think that this is a preemptive ban just to be able to kind of get us ready for when K9 cards touch down, because it's got to be coming sometime the next couple of months. So overall, I mean, all these bans are good. Limits. Hey, Sword Rizel and X Rizel. First of all, Sword is still limited to 2 in the TCG. It's going to 1 in Master Duel. And you see X also following suit here. I'm okay with this, honestly. I think actually taking care of the Rizal cards, because Rizal has been a problem on Master Duel for so long, man. It's so much turboing, and you're just adding more rank 4 stuff into the fire. Like, I don't think you truly realize just how much more powerful rank 4s tend to get as more and more. We just got those OCG's getting those Tellarknight cards here at the end of the month. And, it's basically a discard 1 starter that's just going to open up the door and go down some other crazier paths. So this is good. Called by the Grave going to 1 in this format. OCG is the only place that this is still at 2. And you're already swinging very wide with hand traps in this format anyway. And that kind of causes some issues in and in itself. They do have to dial back, I think, some of the potential downsides to this. I do see, a limitation down here that is greatly probably being impacted by this as well. So auto turn skip buttons and hand traps are issues across the board, but Called by the Grave at anything more than 1 just promotes absolutely piss poor game state. And Chessy Cat going to 1. This card getting to banish and draw 2 just to get an extra. It's not even that it's the banish. It's the fact that if you banish, a Malice monster, you get to bring back that Malice monster. You got 2 bodies on the field. You're basically doing full Malice combo at that stage. And that's not fair, and that's not fun. Now, Malice in this format is very, very crazy good for what it is, but Malice also just lost Appaloosa. They lost one of their best end board pieces that they kind of had going forward. So I cannot imagine right now that Malice is going to be too happy with this, especially losing Chessy Cat, one of their consistency pieces. I know other things in Malice are hit, but losing Appaloosa and losing Chessy Cat all at the same time is a little bit rough. Now, you're going to notice Droll Lockbird has gone to 2. So this is okay, I think, in Master Duel format, because you've got that 1 out of 1 mindset here. You got to focus in on the idea of, because we're playing 1 out of 1 formats, we don't really get the pleasure of the game 2 and 3, which Droll is one of those cards that can ruin your entire run. So you kind of got to pivot a little bit and understand that, while Droll is sometimes deemed a necessity within the format, what you're looking at here is, unfortunately, a side effect of we have to take care of a problem, and it's actually got to go away, at least reducing its consistency. Now, I said that this was tied to the Called by the Grave here. Being able to Call by the Grave of Droll and Lockbird is a wonderful feeling. Actually, being able to Call by the Grave of Maxia, Fua, Nash, any of these problematic hand traps, they're just making a concession here. They're going, hey, if we're taking Call by the Grave out back and putting it down, we need to invisible hand remove some other pieces with this. And I think that this was a wonderful idea. I am all for, Konami actually counterbalancing this and trying to fix, these bits and pieces as they can. This looks good. Now, Unlimited, we're seeing Chandelier and Stovey Torby both going to Unlimited status. I'm kind of interested in this. I can't imagine that Labyrinth is going to break this game in any sort of capacity, because that just doesn't make sense to me. But what I have a feeling we are going to see here is just kind of more people trying out trap decks just to kind of see what they can do. It doesn't mean that they're going to be good, but it does show that there is an interaction that players are wanting to do. How do I rate this list? This is good. Appaloosa has needed to go for a very long time. I've heard countless complaints about this. I think that this puts Konami into a very weird position on future erratas for this card. But I think that's going to be another discussion for another day. So what do you guys think about these little interesting things? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here in day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.